Hello everybody, welcome to a DEsy tutorial. Um, this time focus on the field name. Exactly, I'm talking about this field here. This is dedicated to give a specific information like the supplier name usually in the registration in DEsy. So it's using the prima nota section. And in this case, just to make it a bit clear what I'm talking about, because sometimes I'm a bit making things more confused than they really are. I'm just saying that we have purchased material and we allocate the cost of this material on this account. And we are just saying that the material has been purchased by Amelework, so a specific name of a supplier. Beside supplier's name, we can also use this field to give a name for employee, for example. So it is an analytical field that helps us to have a better control of our accountability. Yeah, beside employee, I have also seen using it for costs related to a specific unit, like can be vehicles. So I've seen using this like the plate of a car. So assign the cost to a specific car can give us information of all costs related to a specific car or in general to a specific unit. So in this case, we do see that if I click on here, we have a full list of expenditure on this specific budget line, amount of 17,000 euro. But here you see, we could see a full list of different suppliers used for this specific on this specific budget line. Whereas if I click on the name, I can quickly move in a dedicated section here below under name, cost by name. I could see all the costs related to this specific supplier in this case. So Amelework has been paid these two registration, 120 and 180 for a total of 300,000 ATB, equivalent to 9,000 euro. If I move also in the section name, I have here below a focus on all the information related to contract signed with a supplier, with the contract code, duration of the contract, amount, procedure, and here is our free note. Just in this case has been entered the agreement on the contract of the 3 payments foreseen to this specific supplier. So 20% in advance, 30 at the first delivery, 50% at the end of the work. Here below is a table with a full list of all the other suppliers, all the other names used in this accountability. Here is the full list. So if I click on the specific, on the blue, I automatically recall in here the table related to this specific supplier. And here is the amount related to all costs assigned to each specific name. I go back now to the example we have seen before. Is a pretty good example because this is a supplier for building materials. And if I click on the amount in this table or in here, I go back again to the cost by name section. So I just can check the detail of all costs related to this name. I go back again in my prima nota. So if I click on here on the ID number, I go back in prima nota. Here is where we started our section. What else? It is important that we properly use the field name. So it is to be assigned next to the economical account, like it has been done in here. So we do not have to put name in the financial account, and in particular we do not have to put the name in both lines. This would result like a zero, so it would be credit minus debit. So this, if I put name in here and in here, so in both lines, it is a no sense registration. In case, of course, I do have a reimbursement from the supplier, if I click here on this nice button that is a reversal, we could see in case I do have a reversal, this case would be correct. So anyway, the name always next to the economical account. In this case, we are returning back some money to this specific supplier. So the effect of this registration, if I go back in AmeliWork, here is a section, we see that we have actually given 180,000, but we have received back 120. So give us a balance of 60,000 in this case. So this is just to highlight that the name should be always next to only the economical account. I return back like it was the situation before. It's also true that if it is properly managed, for example, here I delete the name next to the economical account and I click on enter, there is an alert from the DEsy. So it's telling me that name is a mandatory, so I have to enter name because it's missing. So I just return back the proper name, and this is just to tell you that there is an alert that whenever we are recording records with a specific amount, in this case higher of, if I go in info, 200 euro, so you can write in here name mandatory for amount over 200 euro, the DEsy will always ask me to enter specification of the name next to each registration. Why it works in this way? Because when I enter the chart of account of my accountability, I've entered a skip name, as you could see, skip name next to all the accounts that do not want to have the name. So all the financial accounts, so if I call back, for example, recall the ineligible cost, here there is a flag on the name. So in this case, I'm saying to the system, do not ask name whenever I use this account in prima nota. So as you could see, I can put the flag here, or I can put the flag here. It's much easier in case I have to, for example, flag several accounts without name. So I just return this back because they are economical accounts. I'm just saying this information to the DEsy that ask me every time I do use economical accounts, it is mandatory. In this case, for this account, is a mandatory to enter also the name next to the registration. Thanks to this alert, DEsy is able to properly advise you in case name is needed. So the mistake sometimes is, for example, if I go to this account, as you could see, this account has a flag inside of the name section, the 200-203. So if I do not put the flag on the financial accounts, the risk is that when I complete my registration, DEsy is asking me for a name, and the name, he wants to have the name also in here because I didn't put properly the flag in the chart of account. So now I just put a fake name here. I just go back in chart of account. I put again the flag on this financial account, and then I fix it back. Just I delete it, enter. And that's it mainly. This is how we have to use properly the name, and we have a good control of contracts, good control of money given to a specific supplier. In this case, we know that we still have to pay 300,000 ATB to this specific supplier, and this is the list given to the name. One more thing, of course, we can export and import all this information. So I can have a general picture of all this information by clicking here. I can export in Excel or here in PDF in a nice report table. For the name, I guess this section, tutorial section, is finished. Thank you. And yeah, I will do another section dedicated on the project field in another training.